everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this...
Thank you, Larry. Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. This one taken just inside the 10. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
They'll run again now with Darkwan. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it third down at 6. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is third down and 6. Throwing on third down, Smith. And he's got room. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll make it a second down. Here's Darkwan. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Smith on third down. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? Third and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on third and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And his kick is indeed good, and the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead. So our initial drive here this afternoon results in 3. I'm not sure that was a statement necessarily, but getting points on the road, never a bad thing.
No question about it, Brandon. You had a crowd that was all fired up during pregame introductions, yet you're able to quiet them just a little bit by taking the early lead.
This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. They'll be led by their 6'6" quarterback out of Indiana. It's Nate Sudfeld. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Smith catches left side. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. And the defense for New York.
Eli Apple was the second defensive back taken in the 2016 NFL draft at number 10 by the New York Giants. And while he battled a few injuries along the way, I think the Giants are really satisfied with what he did in his rookie season. He has excellent vision, understanding what people are trying to do when they're running route combinations in his area, and he's also a very willing tackler in the run game.
Let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
Looking to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's a great opening series defensively. You force what should be a 3-and-out on your opening possession.
And great coverage there on third down to force the incompletion to set up fourth. So on fourth down, here's the veteran left-footed punter Donnie Jones to kick it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Smith. And complete to Lewis over the middle. And they showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
No, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down. The elements here definitely going to be a factor. You're going to have some drop balls playing in conditions like this.
Yeah, you got to minimize them as best you can. That means 100% of your focus has got to be on making the catch, not on what you do afterwards. Look it all the way in first.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And the first drive, 3-and-out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Trey Burton, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves him needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. Here's Donnie Jones now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Oh, look at the juke. 39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
You know, every time we talk with people about the most important quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL, what do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
On 2nd and 10, Smith. Room here to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. 4 yards on the pickup. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. A shotgun snap for Smith. And an alley to run. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Now they'll run it on the toss. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL, and a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses, and now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
Call it no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long. Well, that was better than the first go-around when he lost yardage, but still nothing there, and that sets up a 3rd and long. Tough spot here.
Put it mildly. Sometimes I wonder if some of that old-school football should come back into play. You know what I would think here? Quick kick. Try and change field position, help out your team. And the defensive line controls the offensive front the way we just saw there. It doesn't allow any of the offensive linemen to leak downfield and get to the linebackers and block.
Here comes the pressure, and the Eagles get there to block it. And they are going to take possession of the football. Now, so much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10. Now great field position the other way.
It's never good when you're punting the ball and your eyes see the ball go back behind you.
No.
In however form, whether it's over your head or to the side, never good. Now it becomes a race to get to the football so they don't pick it up and take it all the way.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a 1st down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a 1st down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. They run with Ajayi. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
They'll look to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it third down. In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing third down. So 1 quarter in the books on a cold December afternoon. 3-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out. Back to throw here. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
This will be taken about the 12. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. On the run, Darkwa. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run.
And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
Jay Ajayi works his way back onto the field. He's only had a couple of carries. I mean, when you've got a horse like this, 2nd quarter, got to start to ride that horse a little more, don't you?
You can't just neglect him. He's got to touch it, and often, in order to get maximum out of him. Typically, these types of backs, it's the accumulation of carries, and that's when you see the damage as the game goes on.
Yeah, let's see. They're going to try to get him into the flow, we would assume, here. The Giants on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Following the fumble recovery, Smith. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. It's a gain of 16 on 3rd and 16, and that spot moves the chains. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
And on this challenge, the refs have to take a peek and see whether or not the receiver was able to dot the I with both feet,
while making sure that he possesses the football all the way through the catch.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
On first down, Smith. And an alley to run. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be second down. Play action. It's Smith. And he's got some space here. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Now Gino on first down. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Second and 10. Smith again. And he fires one incomplete. The Giants on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Smith. And that's incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake the block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is.
I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yet in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
A chance for us now to discuss Jay Ajayi. Now, the good news, his team's winning. The bad news, he hasn't had the game that he's hoped to, at least to this point here in the second quarter.
And a lot of that is pride because these types of backs want to be in the center of all the action and leading their team to victory. They'll take the win right now, hoping to jump his game up as this one moves on.
And he probably wants a little bit more of the spotlight going forward. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Here's Ajayi. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
If you're the coaching staff upstairs, you might want to file that play away. Did you see how fast the safety closed on that one? Coming up in run support, made a big-time tackle. I want to try and check into a pass next time.
Yeah, got him for a loss. Really, really great play defensively.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or 2 in and bats it away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team that's committed to running the football, you can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. Smith operating from the gun. And he fires one, but incomplete. And the Giants send out their punter now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll start out on the ground with a Giant. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. Gun. They'll look to throw. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. They'll set up a throw. And incomplete here on 3rd down. Here's Donnie Jones now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense has done a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, It's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul-searching now. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. From the gun, Smith. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. A.J. Tarpley leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
To throw on second down is Smith. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Fletcher Cox in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That sacks on back-to-back plays.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Back to throw, Smith. Hard throw, incomplete.
Are we on the same page here, partner? Because I think they have the right idea. Just take what you can get on 3rd and forever.
Yeah, in real life, I'd say yes. It's just these video games are tempting. You want to go downfield with it.
I like the way you've evolved. You know, you've learned how to play it the Madden way.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taken in at the 22. 51 yards on the punt there. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Torrey Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. Second down now after the incompletion. Now back to throw. He finds Ajayi, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a gain of 9 yards, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
This is Ajayi. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
I know it's the first half, but it's still hard to curb the enthusiasm for that stop. 3rd and 1, and the offense can't get there. The defensive team has got to feel very good about themselves. Great job out leveraging the offense.
Here's Donnie Jones now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Philadelphia after this. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. New York set to take the field. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. Orleans Darkwa, the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. So 2nd and 10 here. Here's Smith, going to throw again, and a hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he is going to lose yardage here. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken at the 23. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. Jay Ajayi works his way back onto the field. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Let's go!
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 19.
Let's go, Hardy! Green, 39!
Now it's Ajayi. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Here's Donnie Jones now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Giants ready to come out now.
Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lewis. 23 yards on the play.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Smith on first down. Going to throw right side here, complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. First and 10, Smith. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Fletcher Cox in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Smith now on second down. Throwing right, and that's complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The Giants on third down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Smith from the gun. He'll throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Giants. Geno Smith as the first half is winding down. And the Giants are in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call him tippy toes if that one was completed.
look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And some room to roam now. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top as we send you down to Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. The Eagles trail at home at halftime. The Giants will want to come out after the half and really put the pressure on from the start. All right, let's do this. Here's the first half highlights. 3rd and goal. Completion will be made here to a wide-open man. And a quick 3-play drive ends with a score. The lead grows to 4. Eagles now late in the second. Fuller's got the sack here. This goes for a loss of 9. Still late in the first half. Smith's going to shift out to the right side, and this 4-play drive goes for a touchdown, which takes the lead to 3. So that'll do it for us here in Orlando. For the call of the second half, let's hand it back over to Brandon and Charles. Brandon.
This is fielded at the goal line. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
No. Check. Patriot.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's been a struggle this entire game trying to move the ball on the ground. But every now and then you find a little chink in the armor, and that type of run right there lets them know that they can't stop every single run for almost no gain.
They'll look to throw here. Completes it to Ajayi. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball,
Get a completion.
you get a catch,
Yeah.
but still,
No
yardage. Okay.
The Eagles on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They'll set up to throw. And this is Selleck here with a grab. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here is the punter Jones as he gets this one away. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Geno now to throw. Jarrell Adams, the tight end, was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So a 3rd and 10, and defensively, a dime look. 6 DBs. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And the 3rd down pass falls incomplete.
Everything looked right on that play except the conclusion. He dropped it, an in route, going into a little bit of traffic. Maybe in the back of his mind, he was wondering where the hit was going to come from.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Now, that result is no surprise. This team is bringing back memories of what? The 85 Bears, the 2000 Ravens. Those teams were so great against the run, they made you abandon any plans of doing that when you played against them.
Looking to throw. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion in 8 tries. Not good. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
He'll look to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
This is taken at the 15. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. And now out come the Giants. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. On 2nd down, here's Smith, and that is incomplete. And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
Now only needed a yard, instead went backwards. And the Giants send out their punter now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. This is taken at about the 14. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
Over the middle to Smith. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Nothing flashy there. The slant to the slot.
Oh, and the frustration for the defensive guys because it's a quick play. And you know it's going to be a bang-bang play in terms of the throw and the catch. And then he's able to absorb the contact to complete it.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. 9 yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. And bringing it in, this is Selleck over the middle. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Eagles on 3rd down. A very anemic 1 for 9 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he'll give it here to his running back. And, he is really laid out that time. Knocked flat on his back at the 41-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
So it'll be 1st down here after the run. They run again with Ajayi. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They're going to look to throw. Smith catches left side. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A very solid gain of 27. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, complete. That's Burton. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 15 yards there on the catch and run. Running back. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. He'll look to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. A good pickup there at 22. They'll try to run with a J. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. And the seemingly endless drive continues.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Second and goal from the... Oh, no, he lost the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And they had it there so close to the goal line, a chance to take it across, claim the lead here in the fourth. Boy, that was a big, big mistake.
It really was, and as much as I want to give credit to the defense for making a play, I do tend to agree with you. That mistake, that's a chance to go in and take the lead. I mean, you're in great shape, yet you don't take care of the football. But they'll be going over that like crazy in the upcoming weeks.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Smith. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. A gain of 6 there on first.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Derek Barnett able to drop him for a loss of 4.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So a big sack on 2nd down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for 3rd. Throwing now is Geno. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Derek Barnett in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And out now come the Eagles. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
Now let's go. Green 39.
Back to throw here. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The veteran Brent Selleck, the one he was looking for. And that'll make it third down. The Eagles on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. He'll drop to throw. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, this is my theme of Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And some space here. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Well, the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll run with Darquan. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Smith now to throw on 3rd down. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field. and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Back to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The Eagles on third down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Here's Donnie Jones now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
They'll try to atone for it here on this drive. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now Darquan. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start. But now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball. Getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lewis. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Play clock winding down. On third down, Smith. Going right side here, and that's complete. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Fresh set of downs here. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. See if they stay on the ground for second down. Smith going to throw it. Caught on the right side by Adams. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Here we go now. Green, 30.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. The Eagles hustling to the line, clock rolling. Back to throw. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Back to throw. And oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And he will bring it back to the 4-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D linemen, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
The New York set to take the field. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game, although it looks good, you know the coaches, they haven't counted this as a victory yet.
I agree with you totally. Big applause for the defense, but no one is taking their headset off on the sidelines. They don't believe this game is over. The offense has to close this one out by taking care of the football.
And they'll try to close it out now. Down to a knee, here goes Smith, and that should all but do it. So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game, but these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love to slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Get your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Giants, the win is their 5th of the year as they move to 5-8. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in